to talk about social etiquette, critical thinking, and collaboration skills. Now, I heard from the other men in the room that there are a lot of opportunities here in Hollywood for acting and things like that. So we'll do an exercise on acting. We'll talk about how we go about communicating with others, and we'll wrap up with a fun exercise, Nicki Minaj versus, what's that other lady, Remy Ma. All right, so starting off, I'll tell you a little bit about my background. My name again is Dr. Aries Davis. I actually grew up in Mississippi, Greenwood, Mississippi. I was actually born in Mississippi by a midwife that cost my granny at the time $10. So I was born in her house for $10. Then me and my family moved to Chicago. And while in Chicago, I actually lived in, you guys have projects here, right? What do you call them? Are they called projects?
I think they call it ghettos, projects.
Okay. Well, I grew up in the hood. I grew up in an area that was called LeClaire Courts. And what was really cool about LeClaire Courts is that right behind my building, I lived right adjacent to the field house. And that was basically where all of the athletes played. So right behind my house, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, all the greats actually played literally right behind my house. The area was not necessarily the best. However, my family knew that they wanted more for me, more than what they had. So as a result, I always felt as if education was my way to get out of my circumstance. So I went on to college. Again, college is something that I strongly recommend. I also recommend that if it's not college, some level of education, some trade, something that ensures that you have a future. So from college, I then went to work for a variety of corporations. And in those corporations, I said that I didn't just want to be the person in the company, I wanted to be the person that was the leader in the company. So in tandem, I also wanted to be the person that helped people who looked like me get jobs. So I worked as an HR professional where I would actually recruit people of color. They didn't know this, but I would specifically try to get in people of color for a lot of these jobs that they said that we could not do. In finance and accounting and IT, all these cool jobs. From there, then I moved to Los Angeles, where I decided to go to the University of Southern California to get my doctorate in education. So that's a little bit about my history. But here's something I want us to do. Say your name one more time, young man.
David Jackson.
Oh, that was better this time.
Yeah.
Okay. David, I want you to stand for me. And what's your name, young man, again?
Ali.
David and Ali. Okay. David, you're going to act for me today. So I want you to come over here.
Quick question. Ask him why he give his full name. I like that.
You said
That's what I
why?
do.
David, why do you give your full name?
So, you know my name.
Okay, so that we remember your name. I'll give you an exercise. My name is very unique. It's Aries Davis. And a lot of times people tease me because what I tend to do is I say, hi, my name is Aries Davis. I'll repeat it a couple of times. The reason you do that is so that a person remembers who you are and your name. A lot of times I also give some type of association. I'll say, hi, my name is Aries Davis from Chicago. And so a lot of times when they see me, they may not remember exactly my name, but they'll remember, oh, that's that woman from Chicago. So I appreciate you saying that. That's definitely really key. All right, so come over here. You're about to act. And in this exercise, we'll learn social skills, okay? And young man, actually I'm gonna take advantage of the whole room if that's okay. All right, you guys come over here, please.
Okay.
All right. So David, this is what we're gonna do. This is your audience. All right, you ready? All right, let's go over here and practice a little bit. So audience, you guys get ready to applaud for David as he comes in. You all ready?
Okay,
You mic?
yes.
Okay. All right, let's give it up for David Jackson.
When I returned home, I opened an envelope with a college acceptance letter to my dream school. Then, without reason, my parents surprised me with a Mercedes-Benz. Later that night, my friends came over with their favorite
Lower the paper so we can see your face.
No, keep doing what you're doing.
movies. I had a fantastic day.
All right. Give it up for David. Okay, what did you notice about the way that David spoke?
He spoke very low and timid.
Very quiet.
Very quiet?
A lot of mumbling.
And you mentioned, Baron, how he had the paper in front of his face?
Yes.
Okay. What else?
When he came in, he come in with confidence. He came in like unsure of himself.
Unsure?
And he didn't sell what he was reading. I didn't feel like he was excited about what he was reading.
Also, he didn't make any eye contact.
And I could tell he was nervous.
Nervous, fidgeting.
Yeah.
David is an actor. So he was actually acting for you guys. I actually prompted him to do everything that you just saw.
Oh!
Yeah. Wow. That was great.
Wow.
So the purpose of your next future Denzel.
Right.
So one of the reasons that I had David to do what he did was I wanted to emphasize the importance of social skills. So let's talk about what are social skills. And David, come over here and join me for a second. I want you to keep going with me. Social skills really summarize positive interaction or the way that you communicate with someone in a positive manner. The key to social skills are positivity. So one of the things that David did was he showed you his level of communication, which was very monotone and dry and basic. If I were trying to cast David for a role and he came in like that, do you think he would get the role?
No. That's what the role called for.
There it is. If that's what the role calls for, possibly. However,
Right. You're right. Because we forgot you prompted him to act that way. So you're right. He would get the role.
absolutely. And it's that interaction. It's the way that he interacted with the audience. He captured our attention. Although you didn't know what his intent was behind the scenes, he still captured us into his storyline, right?
As an actor, I feel like that was easy. Now I would be more in tune to see how he reverses that and the different effect that he has on it. Because as actors, we can be lazy, and that can be auditions all the time. Because it's easy to do. But when you have to put the work in and change it from sad to happy or whatever the kid show level, that's what the challenge is as an actor. And so, that's why I used to look at different things, because as actors, that's what we do. We get lazy and we don't prepare, and that's how we come in. So that is something more so seen than anything. So the reverse is what they're looking for. Okay, how can you now change this from me not being interested to now me being interested?
Give me a prompt. What would you suggest he do differently? Give him direction as to what you would like him to do next time.
Take your lid off.
Okay, actually take him outside and you give him prompts. Like 1 second and then come right back out. And same thing, we need a big introduction for David as he comes back in. And so as we speak through the social components of how we interact with individuals, it's always important to, again, understand the positive piece of that puzzle. A lot of times we have individuals who interact and you're not quite sure what it is and the reason behind it, but their presence really tell a story. I like to say the first couple of seconds that you meet someone, not even minutes, the first couple of seconds you tend to come to a conclusion about what you think about that person, right? So you have to present your best foot forward. Are we ready for that? Was there an introduction? Did I get an intro?
You said like give me 1 second.
All right, I thought you were going to lead into it. We're ready for your intro.
Are y'all ready for the one and only David Jackson? Give it up.
Yeah.
Same one.
Hi, I am happy today. While walking from lunch, I enjoyed with my friends at the beach. I found private clouds on the beach. When I returned home, I opened the envelope with the college acceptance letters with my dream school. Then, without a reason, my parents surprised me with a Mercedes-Benz car. Later that night, my friend came over with my favorite foods and movies.